Pause 3S. Imagine a game so intricate, so vast that most players aren't even aware they're part of it. A game where power isn't just about wealth but about influence. Silent, pervasive influence that shapes our world in ways we can't even fathom. This is the unseen game of finance, a realm dominated by titans whose names rarely grace the headlines, yet whose presence is felt in every corner of the globe. Welcome to the world of the unseen game, where Vanguard and BlackRock are the grandmasters. Have you ever felt it? A presence, unseen yet undeniably there. It guides the flow of money, it shapes the world around us, and at the heart of it all, two names emerge: Vanguard and BlackRock. The feeling of being controlled is nothing new. Throughout history, powerful forces have operated behind the scenes. Today is no different. But the players have changed. They wear suits, not crowns. And their weapon of choice is influence. The names Larry Fink and Salim Ramji may not be household names, but within the corridors of power, they command respect, even fear. As the leaders of BlackRock and Vanguard respectively, they hold the reins of a financial empire. Their decisions have far-reaching consequences. Their influence is undeniable. Our story begins in the epicenter of global finance, Wall Street. Vanguard, established in 1975 by John Bogle, revolutionized the financial world with the introduction of the index fund. Meanwhile, BlackRock, founded in 1988 by Larry Fink, became a powerhouse in risk management and sophisticated financial instruments. Despite their distinct beginnings, both firms pursued a singular ambition: to wield unparalleled influence through massive asset accumulation, and they succeeded. Year after year, decade after decade, Vanguard and BlackRock expanded their reach and power at an extraordinary pace. Today, Vanguard and BlackRock manage over $20 trillion in assets. Their influence extends far beyond the sheer size of their holdings. They are active owners, wielding significant voting rights in the companies they invest in. Their portfolios encompass everything from Apple to ExxonMobil. They hold stakes in companies that produce the food we eat, the clothes we wear, and the medicines we rely on. This concentration of ownership raises profound questions about the nature of power in the 21st century. The rise of index funds might seem like a force for good. However, it has created a system where a handful of firms now wield unprecedented influence over the corporate world. Critics argue that the rise of index funds has created a system where corporate giants are less accountable to their shareholders. The index fund revolution, while well-intentioned, has inadvertently created a new set of challenges for the global economy. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, is a towering figure in the world of finance. Known for his sharp intellect, Fink is a regular at Davos and other gatherings of the global elite. He sees BlackRock as a force for good, a responsible steward of capital. This philosophy is exemplified by BlackRock's embrace of ESG investing. Fink remains a vocal advocate for ESG investing, arguing that it is essential for long-term value creation. Salim Ramji, the global head of iShares and index investing at BlackRock, is a less visible but equally influential figure. He is the architect of BlackRock's dominance in the world of exchange-traded funds. Under Ramji's leadership, BlackRock has become a financial supermarket, offering a dizzying array of investment products. The firm has been increasingly vocal about its commitment to corporate social responsibility. The embrace of ESG investing by BlackRock has ignited a fierce debate about the role of corporations in society. Proponents argue that businesses have a moral imperative to consider the broader impact of their actions. Critics argue that ESG investing is a form of woke capitalism that allows corporations to virtue signal. This debate is likely to rage on for years to come. The influence of Vanguard and BlackRock extends far beyond the realm of finance. But what are the motives behind this vast concentration of power? There is no doubt that Vanguard and BlackRock are driven by a desire to generate returns for their investors. However, it would be naive to assume that profit is their sole motivation. The relationship between governments and corporations has always been a delicate dance. Vanguard and BlackRock employ armies of lobbyists who work tirelessly to shape legislation and regulation in their favor. According to Open Secrets, BlackRock alone spent over $7 million on lobbying in 2022. These figures, however, only tell part of the story. One of the most insidious ways in which corporations exert influence over governments is through the revolving door between the public and private sectors. BlackRock, in particular, has been criticized for its cozy relationship with former government officials. Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner joined BlackRock as a senior advisor in 2013. This revolving door raises serious questions about the integrity of our political and regulatory systems. The influence of Vanguard and BlackRock extends far beyond the halls of government. Their vast holdings in virtually every sector of the global economy give them an unprecedented level of control over the products we buy, the services we use, and the information we consume. From the food we eat to the news we read, our choices are increasingly shaped by the decisions of a handful of powerful corporations, many of which are ultimately controlled by these two financial giants. This concentration of ownership has profound implications for competition, innovation, and consumer choice. When a few large corporations dominate a market, they have little incentive to compete on price or quality, as consumers have few alternatives. This lack of competition can lead to higher prices, lower quality goods and services, and a stifling of innovation. Moreover, the concentration of media ownership in the hands of a few corporations raises concerns about the diversity of voices and perspectives being represented in the public square. When the same entities that control our access to information also have a vested interest in shaping our opinions and beliefs, it creates a dangerous situation where propaganda can masquerade as news and dissent can be silenced. The sheer size and scope of Vanguard and BlackRock's influence raise fundamental questions about the nature of power in the 21st century. Are these firms simply too big to fail, as some argue, or are they too powerful to ignore, as others contend? The answer, as is often the case, is complex and nuanced, requiring a deep dive into the intricacies of modern finance. There is no doubt that the collapse of either Vanguard or BlackRock would have catastrophic consequences for the global financial system. Their interconnectedness with banks, insurance companies, and other financial institutions means that their failure would send shockwaves through the entire global economy, potentially triggering a financial crisis that would dwarf the events of 2008. However, the argument that these firms are too big to fail ignores the systemic risks that their very existence poses. Their dominance in the financial markets gives them an unfair advantage over smaller competitors, stifling competition and innovation. Their vast holdings in virtually every sector of the economy give them an unprecedented level of control over our lives, shaping our choices and influencing our beliefs in ways that are often invisible and insidious. The question we must ask ourselves is not whether Vanguard and BlackRock are too big to fail, but whether we are willing to continue down a path that leads to ever-increasing concentration of power in the hands of a select few. The answer, I believe, is clear and unequivocal. We must find a way to tame these titans of finance, to ensure that they serve the interests of the many, not just the few. The future of our democracy and our economy may very well depend on it, and the time to act is now. Now you might be thinking this all sounds very important, but how does it affect me personally? You might not be a Wall Street tycoon, you might not even own a single share of stock, but my friend, you are affected. Every single day. Vanguard and BlackRock's influence seeps into every corner of our lives, often without us even realizing it. Remember that retirement account you diligently contribute to? The one that's supposed to secure your future? Chances are a significant portion of it is invested in funds managed by, you guessed it, Vanguard and BlackRock. They are the silent giants behind your savings, their decisions impacting your financial well-being even as you sleep. And what about the products you buy, the food you put on your table, the clothes you wear, the car you drive? Vanguard and BlackRock own significant stakes in almost every major corporation on the planet. Their influence on pricing, production, and even the environmental impact of these companies is undeniable. So the next time you reach for that box of cereal or fill up your gas tank, remember the invisible hand guiding those markets. It's not just about your wallet though, it's about your future, the future of your children and grandchildren. Vanguard and BlackRock's investments in energy, infrastructure, and technology will shape the world for generations to come. They are the unseen architects of our future, their decisions influencing everything from the fight against climate change to the development of artificial intelligence. Their reach is vast, and their impact profound. Think about the last time you needed healthcare. Perhaps you visited a hospital or filled a prescription. Chances are Vanguard or BlackRock held a significant stake in those companies too. Their influence on the healthcare industry, an industry that directly impacts the well-being of every single citizen, is a stark reminder of their pervasive reach. And then there's the media, the news we consume, the entertainment we enjoy, the social media platforms we frequent, all influenced, directly or indirectly, by the investment decisions of these financial behemoths. They may not control the content, but their ownership stakes give them a powerful voice in shaping the narratives that define our world. This, my friends, is the unseen web of influence woven by Vanguard and BlackRock. It's a web that extends far beyond the financial markets, ensnaring our lives in ways we are only beginning to understand. Some might argue that this influence is benign, a natural consequence of a globalized economy. Others, however, see it as a threat, a concentration of power that undermines democracy and erodes individual liberty. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. But one thing is certain, we can no longer afford to ignore the elephant in the room. We must shine a light on the activities of these financial giants, demand transparency and accountability, and ensure that their immense power is used responsibly for the benefit of all, not just the privileged few. So there you have it. The story of Vanguard and BlackRock is not a simple tale of good versus evil, heroes versus villains. It's more nuanced, more insidious than that. It's the story of power, the kind that accumulates quietly, that operates in the shadows, that shapes our world in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. These firms, with their vast wealth and influence, are the unseen architects of our time. Their decisions, made in boardrooms far removed from our daily lives, echo through the global economy, impacting everything from the price of bread to the fight against climate change. They are the faceless entities behind the brands we consume, the services we rely on, the information that shapes our understanding of the world. Now, I'm not saying they are inherently bad, or that they are part of some grand conspiracy to control the world, but I am saying that their power is undeniable, their influence pervasive, and their lack of transparency concerning. We, the people, must start asking difficult questions. We must demand greater scrutiny, greater accountability from these financial giants. We must reclaim our agency, our ability to shape the world we want to live in, a world where power serves the many, not just the few. The future, my friends, is not predetermined. It's a story yet to be written, and we, the people, have a say in how it unfolds. Let's make sure it's a story we can all be proud of, a story where every voice is heard and every action counts.